How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my latest edition, or latest edition of my journey through Star Trek, the original series. And this is season 1, episode 20, Court Martial. So the last couple episodes have been really good. Tomorrow is Yesterday, Arena as well. They're two really enjoyable episodes, so I'm hoping the trend continues with this one. But guys, just before I get to the reaction, there will be a full uncut reaction to this episode as well. Link will be in the description, and you can also go there to check out my Patreon page if you want to support me further. There's different tiers with different perks. So if you like to do that, or if you want to just do a one-time thing, you can give me a super thanks in the comments as well if you want to do that. Just a quick shout out to my patrons. Just a big thank you for the support. It's really appreciated. To Ravi, to JM63, to Jonathan, to Mary, to Blade, to Gigi Gooding, and to me Hall. Thank you so much for the support. But with that said, let's watch season 1, episode 20, Court Martial.
We have been through a severe ion storm. One crewman is dead. Ship's damaged.
Whoa, where are they?
Any extract from your ship's computer log confirming this sworn deposition?
Where's Mr. Spock with that computer log extract?
We should have been there 10 minutes ago, sir.
Kirk out. What took you so long, Mr. Spock?
Captain, I believe I'll take that.
The man who killed my father.
That's not so. He was my friend.
Your friend. You hated him all
would
your
no sooner
life.
heard.
You say you jettisoned the pod after the red alert?
You have my sworn deposition.
Then, Captain, I must presume you have committed willful perjury. The log says you jettisoned the pod before going to red alert. Consider yourself confined to the base.
Did someone tamper with it maybe, or was it just a malfunction or something? Court Martial. Okay, that makes a bit more sense now.
Penn was a friend of ours.
Come on, gentlemen, let's
Oh,
go.
go on, finish. Go on. I'm waiting to hear the rest.
Why don't you tell us?
You've already made up your minds.
Bit of tension going on.
Are you a friend of his?
In these trying times, one of the few. Leonard McCoy.
Is that his way of getting in with her?
Are
I'm
you
a friend
sure?
of Jim's.
And I'm a friend too, an old one.
On charges of perjury and culpable negligence. You knew him for a long time, didn't you?
Yes, he was an instructor at the academy when I was a midshipman, but I relieved him on watch once and found a circuit open to the atomic matter piles that should have been closed. Could have blown up the ship.
Oh, so the head of falling out.
Nomenclature specified.
Weather scan indicated an ion storm dead ahead. I sent Finney into the pod.
Why Finney?
His name was at the top of the duty roster.
Hi, Captain. Does the computer log from your ship, made automatically at the time, indicate that you were still on yellow alert when you jettisoned and not on red?
I don't know. There's been a mistake.
Could the computer be wrong?
Mr. Spock is running a survey right now, but the odds are next to impossible. If what you suspect is true, then I'm guilty. I should be punished.
I'm thinking of this service. I won't have it smeared.
By what? I'm telling you I was there, on the bridge. I know what happened. I know what I did.
It's in the transcript.
It's going to light right on your neck.
So that's the way we do it now. Sweep it under the rug, and me along with it. Not in your life.
I guess he does it because he knows in his mind that he didn't do anything wrong. So he's like, I just want to be sugarcoated. I know I didn't do anything, and I'm not going to brush it under the carpet admitting I made a mistake when I didn't.
It's been... How long has it been?
4 years, 7 months, and an odd number of days. Things have changed for you, haven't they?
Well, you've heard about that, haven't you?
The prosecution will build its case on the basis of Kirk versus the computer. Well, that's up to your attorney, and that's why he's got to be a good one.
You, perhaps?
No, I'm busy.
You, Kirk? Don't you like folks?
Oh, I like them fine. But a computer takes less space.
A computer, huh? Something. My library. Thousands of books.
What would be the point?
It's like an antique dealer, you know, kind of.
Need a lawyer?
I'm afraid so.
Looks a little bit like Michael Dorn. For those who don't know Michael Dorn, he played Worf in Next Generation.
2945.7. By such negligence, Captain Kirk, James T.
Interesting how the daughter was sitting away from the rest of them.
What is the plea?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Mr. Spock, as a first officer, you know a great deal about computers, don't you?
I know all about them.
Do you know of any malfunction which has caused an inaccuracy in the Enterprise computer?
Negative. It reports that the jettison button was pressed before the red alert.
Were you watching him the exact moment he pressed the jettison button?
No, I was occupied. The ship was already on yellow alert. Merely state that it is wrong.
Oh. On what do you base
You need
that
proof,
statement?
though.
I know the captain. I speak from pure logic. If I let go of a hammer on a planet that has a positive gravity, I need not see it fall.
It's a little different, though.
Human beings have characteristics, just as inanimate objects do, to act out of panic or malice. It is not his nature.
In your opinion?
Yes. In my opinion.
Thank you. Action of the then Ensign Kirk, which placed an unerasable blot on the record of the then Lieutenant Finney. Is it possible that Lieutenant Finney blamed Kirk for the incident?
It's possible.
Is it not possible that Captain Kirk became aware of
Here's the
Lieutenant
angle.
Commander Finney's hatred toward him?
Not Captain Kirk.
Any normal human, Doctor, is it possible?
But he's not that kind of a man.
No questions.
Class of excellence. Prentice ribbon of commendation. Classes first and
May it
second.
please the court. The prosecution concedes the inestimable record of Captain Kirk.
Mr. Cogley?
But then, on the other hand, I wouldn't want those wheels to run over my client in their unbridled haste.
Silver palm with cluster. Starfleet citation for conspicuous gallantry.
It's like a reminder of
Farragut order.
the man they're
heroism.
putting on trial. I'm still wondering, did someone tamper with the record or something?
There was no malice. Lieutenant Commander Finney was a member of my crew, and that's exactly the way he was treated. Took the proper steps in the proper order. I did exactly what had to be done.
To this visual extract from the Enterprise computer log. Playback.
Steady as she goes, Mr. Hanson.
Freeze that.
He didn't go to red alert.
The log plainly shows the defendant's finger pressing the jettison button. The condition signal reads yellow alert. When the pod containing Lieutenant Commander Finney was jettisoned, the emergency did not as yet exist.
I mean, what can you say, though? The visual proof there.
I'm suggesting that maybe you did have a lapse. It was possible, you know, with the strain you were under.
Kirk here.
Captain. I've run a complete megalite survey on the computer.
I'll tell you what you found. Nothing, right? Lieutenant Commander Finney's daughter.
Mr. Cogley, we've got to stop this. Make him take a ground assignment. So upset that night. I'm sorry,
Don't say any more.
but I have to. I never realized how close you and Dad had been.
Well, I had to see it to believe it.
Explain.
They're about to lop off the captain's professional head, and you're sitting here playing chess with a computer.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
Mechanically, the computer is flawless. Captain's guilt is infallible. I could not accept that, however.
So you tested the program bank.
At best I should have been able to obtain was a draw.
But is that enough to change the verdict? I mean, just because the computer can be wrong doesn't mean that it is wrong. Like, it's not impossible that Kirk just made a mistake, you know?
Some new evidence has just been brought to my attention, and I'd like to ask the court to...
Objection. Counsel for the defense has rested his case.
This evidence.
I can't tell you. I have to show you, sir.
He wants...
Mr. Cogley is well known.
He
for
hopes
its
that some way that Kirk was writing this.
Saving it. The most devastating witness against my client
Computer?
is not a human being. It's a machine. Speak of rights. A machine has none. A man must.
Interesting, a machine has no rights. I just thinking of Measure of a Man and Next Generation.
You are the machine.
This is like a prequel to that.
Indeed, you have elevated that machine.
In a way, kinda.
Aboard the Enterprise.
How many games of chess did you win from the computer, Mr. Spock?
5 in all.
Considered unusual?
Affirmative. I personally programmed the computer for chess months ago. I gave the machine an understanding of the game equal to my own. Cannot make an error. And assuming that I do not either, the best that could normally be hoped for would be stalemate after stalemate. Beat the machine 5 times. Someone adjusted the programming and therefore the memory banks of that computer.
Have had an effect on the visual playback we saw?
Object. The witness would be making a conclusion.
If you start a search for a man, you assume, don't you, that he wants to be found? On a ship of this size, could a man evade such a search?
Gentlemen, this computer has an auditory sensor. It can, in effect, hear sounds. The computer should be able to bring us every sound occurring on the ship.
All personnel have...
We'll use this white sound device to mask out each person's heartbeat so that it will be eliminated. That's all of us, except for the crewman in the transporter room. Mr. Spock, eliminate his heartbeat. That accounts for everyone.
Oh. Someone else is on the ship. How the hell did he cloud it? Or stay hidden? What the hell happened to him?
Finney. In or near engineering.
Seal off B deck, sections 18Y through 23D.
Are you gonna get someone to go there and investigate?
So Finney is alive.
It would seem so.
Hello, Captain. Nothing to say, Captain?
So it's like it seems like it's a vendetta. It is the vendetta. He wants to do something to him.
We can help you.
Like you helped me all along, kept me down, robbed me of my own command.
Ooh.
They told you to do it to me. You all conspired against me.
Why did Kirk go on his own then?
Oh, I wouldn't kill you, Captain. Your own death would mean too little to ship.
What about my ship?
It's dead. I've killed it. I tapped out your primary energy circuit.
Decaying, Captain.
Variance at second level, depreciating unusually fast. Why kill innocent people?
Innocent?
He's gone insane, obviously.
Yeah.
But they are to blame. All of them. I was a good officer. I love the service more than any man ever dared.
Mr. Spock, it's not too late. You can be helped. But if you kill all those people...
Why shouldn't I?
Because they didn't do anything to stop you becoming captain or...
She's on board by now. Yes, she's on board.
Why did you do that?
I love his deliberate punching strikes. Just... Oh my god.
He told me where he had sabotaged the prime energy circuits. The damage he had caused was considerable, but not irreparable.
There's going to be a lot of apologies need to be sent to James T. Kirk now, and also know that the computer is not always right.
Unless the prosecution has an objection, I rule this court to be dismissed.
Imagine an objection. She did. No one actually saw Vinny there. Only Kirk.
At the risk of sounding like a mystic, that depends on the stars.
Riker said, I'll see you next time I travel through your star system.
It's not a first edition ring.
Picard would never do that. Okay, that was Court Martial and another excellent episode of Star Trek. And I think what this episode shows, and what I've always said about Star Trek, is despite the little brief fight at the very end, Star Trek at its best is all about dialogue and the characters, and this is a perfect example of it. You see Kirk in a situation where you as an audience member, you believe him that he didn't skip the red alert before doing what he did, but all the signs point to say that he's wrong. So you're so intrigued to see how this will pan out, how they'll show that he actually show to the other people that he is telling the truth and he was right. So it's great the way that they present that as a storyline. What is it about them having court episodes and them being excellent? Because Measure of a Man in Next Generation is one of the all-time great Star Trek episodes, and this is an excellent episode as well. And the fact that they had that line about he has rights, the machine doesn't, I just instantly thought of Measure of a Man, and I said it kind of, in a weird way, is almost like a prequel to that. But yeah, excellent episode. It was really, really well done. how kind of Spock figured out how, you know, the potential for the computer to be not always accurate was interesting as well, how they did that. I then didn't think that was it Finney, I didn't think that he'd actually be still alive, so that was a good twist as well at the end. But yeah, I just thought there was a lot of good things in this episode. It was really, really engaging. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Court Martial. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you dislike this episode? Where to rank among your favourite episodes? Would love to hear your thoughts. But until next time, slán go fóill.